So what's the answer? It's real food, okay? I get asked regularly, what do I eat? And I say, it's really simple. You know, when the pizza comes out, I'm the guy who eats all the topping. You know, I'm eating all the meat, the vegetables, the colour, the flavour, the textures and all that joy. And if you actually want to eat the pizza base, which is going to go straight onto your backside, then you enjoy that. And I challenge people, you know, my patients in particular, I say, well, look, if you really think carbohydrate's important, have a bowl of pasta by itself. Have bread by itself, you know, have potato by itself. It's all the other stuff we put on top. Now, I've worked out what bread is. And if you've seen what bread is, seen a slice of bread? Yeah. It's actually a method of transporting food from your plate to your mouth. That's all it is, right? So, you know, if you want to put something in it, I use a piece of lettuce, okay? But there's a modern invention that came out recently. I don't know if you've got it here in South Africa. Actually, I think you do. It's called a fork and a spoon, right? And they work quite effectively for transporting food from your plate to your mouth. So it is about eating real food, getting away from the processed food. I'm a great believer in eating in a mindful fashion. I use that term regularly, mindful. Think about where your foods come from. Think about the transport miles. Think about eating locally and seasonally and naturally. It's a really good start. I do think we need to cut down significantly our sugar and refined carbohydrates. I'm not talking about missing out on vegetables. You know, that's proper, that's good carbohydrate. But it's low amounts for the amount of effort that you've got to put into it. I think we need to be eating healthy fat. We need to replace that loss of energy and fuel with healthy fats. I think we need to leave our protein levels at a normal level. Okay? We don't need to up it, we don't need to jump enormous amounts, because that also has an insulin effect. It also has a protein, an amino acid load as well. And that's what I think some of the high protein diets have gotten into trouble from a renal clearance aspect. I do think we need to minimise our intake of polyunsaturated oils. We need a tiny, tiny amount of omega-3 in the system. We need a tiny amount of omega-6 and omega-9. And what we've done is we've drowned our systems in polyunsaturated oils, and the body's only got one thing to do with that excess product. It's store it in our membranes and our LDL particles and then oxidise it. My parting message is sugar makes you hungry, carbohydrate makes you fat, and polyunsaturated oils make you inflamed and sick.